so much, okay. It's been some very interesting early hours for this election. We've seen a lot of perhaps the issues of logistics is coming up yet again. One of the major collation center that we visited this morning, we can see just a few minutes ago, core members who were supposed to go to Idemili, some of them have been wrongly deployed, and the resident electoral commissioner has intervened, and there are buses, long three luxury buses that are used to convey them to their right deployment. So there's been some issues in the early part of the day, but in some other areas, the deployments have been okay. We've seen in a couple of places in Oka where we visited, we've seen the exercise getting started, ad hoc officials setting up, voters are coming out early. In areas you see people moving around the street just as normal. But in most parts of Oka, in the capital, you discover that the streets are deserted. It's not the bustling and your usual business-like mood that you find in Oka. So there's security checkpoints at virtually every place every street that you turn, you see presence of security operatives, and you see election officers moving from one point to another. You'll find out that this kind of situation will happen, especially within the next few hours of the early start to the election day. So generally, the mood has been calm. The only major one that we saw, incident that we saw, was an accident that happened overnight at Ekoka, where a truck fell on a tricycle. But eyewitnesses told Channel Television that there were no lives lost in that incident. And so you see a lot of passers-by were waiting to find out what exactly happened. But in all, it's been some early starts to the exercise. But generally, it will take some time for us to be able to get a feel of whether or not generally the early start has been good or not. Okay.
Right. What's the voting pattern expected to be like? Are we going to see, first verification, then voting, or is it going to take place simultaneously, as has been done for previous elections?
Yeah, the pattern that has been used in the last few elections is the simultaneous voting, where you find out that as soon as you've done your accreditation, you are able to vote immediately. So we're looking forward to seeing about 2,100,000 people voting in this exercise. That's about the number of voting population that we have in the state. So when you vote, when you do your accreditation, you vote immediately. So you do not really need to wait long hours for accreditation and come back again to vote. So it's been collapsed into one. So it's voting, accreditation, then you vote immediately. And so the criteria is you bring your permanent voter card, you show it, you're verified, your name is cross-checked on the voter register, then you cast your vote. And that's it for the voting. And that's exactly what INEC says it will do across all the polling centers in Anambra State today, okay?